I wish we could kind of all go back with hindsight. I remember I had to take like a stress leave for, I've talked about it before, probably about 3 weeks of my career. And as an administrator, I gave everything I could to everybody else. And then just basically one day I realized like I got nothing left. Like and nothing left for myself, nothing left for my family, nothing left for my friends. And I think that when you and I were talking about before, you have a really proactive approach. And one of the things you said, and maybe I'm misquoting you here, I don't like when people talk to me about balance, because there's no balance. Like balance is such a subjective thing, and like you're out of balance. Well, your balance and my balance, like we have totally different viewpoints. Totally different. So I talk about like presence and purpose, right? And I appreciate how much you talked about being present where you are, and really what is purposeful work. So how do you really try to take a proactive approach, and not necessarily with the technology stuff, but just making sure that you have something, because some people are like, oh, that's selfish that you get up so early or you do this, or, you're always like, turn off your phone. What if I'm trying to reach you? I'm like, the thing with me is when I give to myself, I'm way better at giving to others. But when I give everything to others, eventually I got nothing and I can't give to anybody. So how do you kind of work? I know you do a lot of coaching with groups. How do you get people to really be proactive so they don't get in a situation where I was in, where basically you just got to go. Like you got to take a break because you just got nothing left because you don't know how to as you shared before, regulate.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you just defined burnout, George. Like that's exactly what burnout is. And burnout isn't specific to school and district leaders. It's to everybody who works and everybody who's accessible outside of work. Right. So, and has real life responsibilities outside of work. Right. So that's why you're not present with your family or your friends or your spouse or whatever, because you've crossbreeded both parts of your life. And now you have nothing left to give, especially with people in education. You're there for others, like, right? We love that. That's why we're there. We're serving. We're in a service industry, right? So we can't say no. Even if I sit there and tell you, like, have some boundaries, say no, we're like, no, but I got to help this person. No, we got to do this, right? So at the end of the day, those things, no matter what it is, you hitting every red light on your way to work and spilling your coffee, and now you need a new pair of pants and you're got to go home. Now you're late for the meeting. That stuff's happening whether you anticipated it or keep an extra pair of pants in your car or not, right? That stuff is happening. So all you control, and this is what I tell people, all you control is your response. And your response is so much more heightened and so much more angry and so much more negative when you do not have exactly what you said, those bottom line routines in place, right? You have your wake up and your go to sleep piece in check, whatever fits your specific life circumstance, of like the 10 things I can offer you to do to regulate your nervous system and be more grounded. It's, if you don't have that in place, your response is just going to eat away at your mental, emotional, and physical health all day, on repeat, every single day, right? And then if you have these routines in place, you are grounding your nervous system, right? You are more conscious of how you're going to respond when those things come up, right? You automatically become more conscious, you become more aware, and you are able to say, okay, my coffee spilled. Can't really change that. Oh, well, we're going to clean. Your response is just a calmer, not like, oh my gosh, of course, this would happen to me on the day I have a presentation. And then you get into this thought cycle of, like, you're just negatively spiraling down, and now you arrive at your work and there's another situation you have to deal with, and you're just already in this negative thought spiral and you're not even ready to handle that situation, right? So it really, the bottom line of bringing yourself to go through your day in an aware, more conscious state, what you just said, presence and purpose, right? So that you're not constantly reacting, you're not just constantly trying to get through your day to get to the end to do it all over again the next day, but that you went through your day because you have these routines in place, at least very specific to how you wake up and how you go to sleep, right? That you are allowing your nervous system to respond to all the stressors and all the triggers from a more grounded place than a reactive, responsive place, right? And it is just like 5 or 6 steps of how you go to sleep and how you wake up.